Hi, welcome to Aqua Expo, the biggest shrimp event in the continent. My name is Daniel Pesantes and I'm here with Emma O'Brien, one of the top speakers of the Aqua Expo conferences. Eamon is the global product manager of the marine hatchery feeds at Skretting. He comes from Belgium and we're going to talk about this important process in shrimp feeding. Eamon, welcome to Ecuador, welcome to Guayaquil, welcome to Aqua Expo.
Thank you, Daniel. Pleasure to be here.
Great to have you here. I'm going to start this interview with the first question. How do nutritional and physical differences between hatchery, pre-breeding, and grow-out diets influence the overall performance of the shrimp?
Great question. They have a very, very, very big impact. You can have the best nutritional package in the world, but if physically that diet is not available or stable within the water, you lose all of those benefits. Likewise, if you have maybe lower quality nutrition but very, very good physical attributes, you're not getting the best benefits either. So you have to find that sweet spot to get all of the boxes ticked so that you get the best possible nutrition, but that it also maintains the tank environment so you can increase the carrying capacity of the tank.
What are the main challenges faced by shrimp producers when using diet cocktails during the different stages of the production cycle?
I would say inconsistency. It's very, very difficult to get repeatable output when you are mixing different things together. You don't know what the shrimp are feeding on. Consequently, you can get differences in growth rates, differences in survival, unexpected crashes of tanks as well. And these all add to cost. So consistency is key.
So you have to try and make different trials just to...
It becomes very difficult to work on a repeatable output because you're always mixing different diets. So it's very, very complicated to get a stable output.
How does particle size uniformity within commercial diets impact water quality and feed intake by shrimp?
Has a very, very, very big impact. We see a lot of diets that can contain a lot of very, very small microparticles or round particles. And these just become loose when the diet enters the water column. And these particles are far too small to be ingested by the shrimp, but they contribute to the overall loading of the system. So it gives more chance of bacterial outbreaks, lowering of water quality. Same time, it also increases waste. So the FCR can increase a lot, and these are expensive specialist microdiets. So you want to get the best particle size without compromising on water quality. And also, of course, you want the shrimp to grow as uniformly as possible.
Why is it more difficult to control the total nutritional package supplied when using mixtures of commercial diets and homemade preparations in the hatchery phase?
So we have to look at the thought process of using cocktails. Generally, it's looking at it from two perspectives. One is the thought process that there might be something lacking in one diet that I can compensate with it by adding in another diet. And then the other one is I can mix cheap diets and expensive diets together to try and get an average lower price. Unfortunately, when you take that first example of saying, okay, I want to compensate one diet by adding something else to another, if you believe something is lacking in that diet and then you add something else to it, you're actually diluting that even further, so you're making the problem actually worse. In general, what we see is when working with cocktails, the FCR can be typically around 1.6, whereas if you're working with a single standalone high-end formula, typically we're getting around 0.9 to 1 FCR.
What long-term effects can adverse nutritional conditions during critical developmental stages have on subsequent shrimp performance?
So we say in Skretting, life start sets life performance, and it's really true. What happens in the hatchery and the nursery actually sets the benchmark for how those animals will then perform further in the ponds. So you can compromise growth or you can actually boost growth later in life by what you give at the hatchery and nursery stage. And that's what I'll be showing in my presentation on Thursday morning at 9:50. Please come along, it'd be great to see you there. And I'll share all of the details.
Perfect. Hope that everybody goes to your presentation. What performance differences in terms of growth and quality were observed when using different commercial diets during the pre-breeding phase of white shrimp?
So, not to give any spoilers away, but there is a very, very big impact. We've seen up to 2 weeks difference in the nursery phase, growing up to 1.5 grams. And then subsequently an additional 2 weeks in the grow out, just taking them up as far as 8 grams. So if you extrapolate that further to harvest weight, you're probably talking about something in the region of 4 to 6 weeks of saving in growth. So it's huge.
Yeah. How does the pre-breeding nutritional history affect the performance of shrimp during the grow out phase, even when provided with the same grow out diet?
So it's in fact just what I explained just now. If we're using the same grower diet from 1.5 grams onwards, we can see that the diet history from the life start stage impacts hugely what happens then afterwards in the grow out period. And like I said, 6 to 8 weeks difference in growth performance, improvements in survival, all of these things add to make it the most cost efficient production.
And finally, why is it beneficial to use individual diets rather than feed cocktails in shrimp production as designed for the production of Panama shrimp?
Yeah, good question as well. What we see is that there is obviously a lot of cost focus in the industry today. Prices of shrimp are at record low levels. But we cannot cost cut our way out of a crisis. We have to innovate our way out of a crisis. And the best way to reduce cost is actually improve output and survival. And do that consistently, so avoiding having crashes and so on. And you can do that much better with a single consistent diet rather than mixtures of diets.
Thank you very much, Eamon, for this interview. We hope to see you, everybody, on Thursday at 9:15 on the conference, so that you can see and talk to Eamon and know much more about this topic. Thank you very much, Eamon. Welcome again to Ecuador, and thank you for coming to Aqua Expo.
Thank you, and see you on Thursday.
Thank you for being part of this interview. Remember to come to the Aqua Expo conferences till Thursday 24th. See you soon.